You tug awkwardly at the edges of the skin-tight black crop top you're wearing. Your cousin King Bob's clothes were always just a bit too tight on your figure. Being that you weren't even supposed to be out tonight, your choice in clothing was limited. King Bob's closet offered what it could. Crop tops. So many crop tops. Stop tugging at my top, you'll stretch it, King Bob whines beside you. She pulls at your hand urgently, dragging you through the crowd of dancing people. The warehouse party is a thundering of feet. A storm of singing voices around you. And there, in an empty warehouse, becomes a parade of haphazardly placed speakers. King Bob stops abruptly at the end of the line to the ladies' restroom. You go get us some more drinks. And then maybe try and score a table close to the main dance floor. King Bob says the last part with a sweet smile and batting eyelashes. You crack a small smile, looking at the main dance floor. It is merely a cleared-out square on the first floor in the middle of the warehouse. You sigh as dramatically as you can, rolling your eyes. It's true, I'm a veterinary student working as your personal butler. And cousin, King Bob interjects, a bit too enthusiastically. Meet me at the tables. You're already heading in the direction of the closest roughly constructed bar. At the bar you order 2 double gin and tonics. Finding a vacant table proves harder than buying drinks. Just as you're about to abort your mission, you see a table at the furthest wall. It's not the golden, edge of dance floor table King Bob desires, but it is available. Just as you're about to slide into a vacant seat at the empty table, a guy slides into the seat on the opposite side. You both freeze and stare at each other, you're frowning, he's not. You are not about to lose this table, the only available table, to this guy. His black hair hangs in his face, casting his eyes in shadow. He looks like trouble. You're in my seat, you say, straightening your back and folding your arms over your chest, your drinks momentarily forgotten on the table. The guy scowls. That's a lie, he says as he stands up from the seat, gripping its back in a possessive gesture. We both know it's my seat. This far from the main dance floor, you don't have to shout to be heard above the music. Bro, you say, placing your palms flat on the table in front of you, leaning towards him. You're in my seat. Your voice is cold and your tone menacing. You and the guy watch each other closely. You notice 2 frown lines creeping onto the space between his eyebrows, drawing them closer together. That small detail deflates your ire. You throw your hands in the air helplessly. Fine, whatever, but I'm not giving up the seat. He nods slowly. I'm not giving it up either. His voice is clear and melodic. It sounds as if he is singing everything he says. Then you imagine what he would actually sound like when he sings. The sudden thought makes you blush. You pull the chair out before you, sitting down in one smooth motion. My cousin will be here soon, you should leave. My friend also. Maybe you should leave? He sits back down on the chair, grumbling under his breath as he does. He turns in the seat and faces you with a smile stolen from somewhere deceptive. You won't like my friend, you should go. Unless you want to have a terrible night. His voice is easygoing and he nearly convinces you to leave in that moment. Then you think of King Bob and how she always gets her way. You're not going to be intimidated into leaving. If King Bob wants a table, then King Bob will get the table. Once she arrives, he'll be eating his words. 2 shoulders pull up as you shrug. I have time to find out. There is silence for a long time in the loud warehouse space as you both wait for your companions to arrive. A thin thread of tension is being woven in the short span of distance between you and the strange guy. You stay silent, watch him with suspicious eyes. I swear I really do have a friend, he says, finally making solid eye contact. The sudden change in his face has you momentarily stunned. You're suspended there on the tense ropes between the two of you. You're certain he doesn't notice your shock, because he continues staring at you with the most imploring gaze. You clear your throat awkwardly, grab the drink in front of you and gulp it down, cringing at the burning aftertaste. You say nothing. His eyes are dark caves with wonder. They fall on your nose, dip to your mouth, then fall lower to your exposed collarbone, coming around from your chest back to your eyes. You're not sure what he makes of the expression on your face, but he looks away and runs a hand through his hair. You could just give in and give me the table. This is stupid. We're not kids. You say into the awkward space. The guy looks at you, his eyebrows drawn tight. I can't. I have a very demanding friend. You immediately think of King Bob. A burst of laughter jumps past your lips. Me too, you say once your laughter subsides into sparse chuckles. You eye King Bob's glass on the table before you. The guy's dark eyes follow yours to the full glass. Cheers to bossy friends and cousins, he says, lifting his bottle towards you. You grab King Bob's glass and click it against his bottle. You both smile shyly and take big gulps of the drinks in your hands. King Bob's gin and tonic burns all the way down. You stretch out your right hand towards him, your bracelets and wristbands tinkling with the movement. A truce, you say hopefully. He takes your hand and shakes it once with a nod. A truce. I'm Bianca, by the way, you say, smiling. Hayden, he says in response. He smiles and looks away. You're caught staring at the slight dimple forming in his cheek. It's an effort to look away from his profile, but somehow you succeed. The silence that follows is companionable but heated. You don't feel brave enough to say anything anymore. You're no longer guarded against this strange guy, Hayden, you remind yourself. When King Bob bursts through the crowd of dancing bodies towards you, you're grateful for the distraction. Where have you been? You ask, standing up. King Bob smiles at you with that disarming charm of hers. You sigh and drop back down onto the seat. I've been waiting for days, you complain under your breath. Don't be so grumpy. I ran into some mates and time slipped by. Anyway, who's your friend? She points at Hayden, who's looking at the two of you strangely. King Bob, this is Hayden. You point in his direction with your thumb. And this is King Bob, my cousin, you say to Hayden. King Bob is a ball of energy, bobbing up and down on the balls of her feet. Hayden, honey, let's dance. King Bob grabs his hand and pulls him to his feet roughly, deceptively strong with her toothpick arms. Then she grabs you and starts pulling you and Hayden towards the dance floor. Hayden looks at you with panic-filled eyes. Something inside of you shatters. The smile that breaks across your face is blinding. The tension in Hayden's face falls away as he looks at you. You're completely disarmed. Finally, King Bob stops and drops both your hands. I love the song. She screams above the loud music. For a moment you and Hayden are just standing there, limbs made of lead. King Bob notices and pulls both of you along with her. You're too dazed to protest. Across from you, Hayden closes his eyes and moves to the beat. Your entire body starts moving as the bass beats through the soles of your boots. Hayden is on a different plane, in a different world. The music has taken him hostage. He's dancing like he's been starved of it, like his body has been craving this release. When he opens his eyes, he looks at you. His dark eyes framed by his even darker lashes hold you in place as he approaches. He takes your hand. Dance with me. He doesn't ask. Hayden pulls you against his body by your hands, then wraps one of his arms around your waist and rests the other on your hip. Is this okay? He shouts, leaning close to your ear. No hesitation. Yes, you answered too quickly. It's okay, you say, trying your best to sound nonchalant. He can provably tell you're chalant AF, because he smiles, bites his lip, and looks away. You allow yourself to be pulled across the dance floor by him. You've long since seen any sign of King Bob. You find that you don't mind. You and Hayden move in perfect sync with the music. His thumb is trailing circles of fire on the skin of your exposed hip bone. Your eyes close of their own volition, lashes fluttering. You know nothing but his hands on your body, your hips swaying in time with the beat, your chest heaving against his. He leans forward and dips his head close to your face. Hey, he says. You look up at him with a start. You can have the table. A ridiculous smile forces itself onto your lips. Were you just charmed by my sweet moves? Hayden doesn't try to hide his laughter. You smile again, hitting him on the shoulder. Hayden grabs your hand just as you are about to shove his shoulder. He tilts his head to the side. You don't want the table anymore? He asks, without letting you go. You look away, still smiling. I'd rather stay here dancing, you mumble. You try your very best to avoid his gaze. His right hand reaches up to your face. He holds your jaw in his palm, his fingers behind your ear, his thumb stroking the apple of your cheek gently. He looks around nervously, leans down towards you again. His breath is heavy at your ear, his lips brushing your warm skin. I think I might be drunk. Hayden moves away from you with a jerk. Then he laughs. Looks at you, sober for a moment, then laughs again. You feel disappointment dropping into your stomach like a stone into water. Of course he's drunk. A good-looking guy like himself probably has hundreds of girls to call on. I'm feeling braver than usual, he confesses. He's close to your ear again. He smells positively edible. You swallow. Hard. Your hands find themselves in his silken hair. I know exactly what you mean. There's a daring smirk on your face. He dips his head, his nose brushing yours. His eyes are black in the shadows. You guys disappeared. A familiar voice accuses. You give King Bob an incredulous look. Her timing has always been awful. We were dancing. You take a few steps away from Hayden, looking everything but inconspicuous. I noticed. There are questions in King Bob's eyes as she observes the space between you and Hayden. He scratches at his neck awkwardly. He doesn't even have the decency to feign innocence. Anyway, King Bob shouts above the music, eyeing Hayden suspiciously. I'll get more drinks. What are you drinking, Hayden? Sounds a lot like several rounds of shots. Her smile promises nothing good. I'll meet you at the tables. Then her curly head of blonde hair disappears into the crowd. Back to fighting for a table? Hayden's voice rises above the music. You hold back a chuckle. I have one last fight left in me, you say. Hayden reaches for your hand and leads you through the crowd. The same table that brought you together is still vacant. You both look at each other and grin. You slump into the seat you previously occupied. Hayden slides into the seat opposite. Suddenly the space between you is too great. You lean across the table, elbows firmly planted. Your friend is still missing in action, it seems. Your smirk is sly. He frowns. Jesse does this often, pulls disappearing acts. I promise he is real. Hayden's face is so innocent and unassuming you can't help but pout. I believe you. You don't know how you've become so comfortable around him. An obnoxious voice breaks through your bubble. Hayden boy. Bro, I've been looking everywhere for you, The guy stops abruptly when he notices you sitting across from Hayden. Who's your friend? He asks Hayden, stabbing a thumb in your direction. The new stranger, Jesse, you presume, reminds you too much of King Bob. You suppress a smile as he beholds you with curious eyes. Jesse, this is Bianca. Hayden looks over at you. And this is my very real friend Jesse. Hayden beams. Jesse moves towards you quickly, sliding into the chair beside you. I hope Hayden hasn't been too boring, but I'm here to assist. He flashes a blinding smile. She's fine, Hayden says, catching your eyes. He does it effortlessly. He gives you a look that's so gentle and reassuring you almost break right there. It doesn't make sense. How could you understand someone you met just moments ago as if you've seen his smile your whole life? And in the lives before. A smile you've recognized since the beginning of time. Lifetime after lifetime, you've found this exact smile every time. Always welcoming and warm. Hayden's doe eyes are burning into yours, daring you to contradict him. You don't. Jesse moves away from you ever so slightly. He makes a hand gesture from his eyes to you. The universal sign for I'm watching you. Hayden is still looking at you like you're the only thing that matters. You're not the stressed student who is writing a chemistry exam tomorrow. You have no qualms with the world in this Mom 3 and T. Hayden reaches across the table and takes your hands in his. His fingers are warm as they wrap around yours. Next to you, Jesse clears his throat awkwardly. I think I just heard someone call me over to dance far away from here. He stands up and walks backwards for a bit. He tugs at the collar of his shirt. You're intense when you have a girlfriend, Hyung. He says to Hayden before turning away. Hayden lets go of your hands and you miss his touch instantly. Sorry about that, he apologizes. Jesse is a bit strange. Your heart stutters. You nod once, lips forming a thin, hard line. Hiding your disappointment is harder than you thought it could be. Somehow Hayden notices. He gets up from his seat and slides into the chair beside you that Jesse just vacated. The silence that breezes past you is cold. You okay? He asks, gingerly moving closer. You nod, avoiding his eyes. Jesse didn't mean anything by it. I really am sorry for saying you're my girlfriend. He is completely misreading the situation. He thinks you're annoyed because of Jesse. He couldn't be more wrong. You have a Jesse of your own in the shape of King Bob. Still, that's better than him guessing the real reason for your coldness. Your cheeks flame with embarrassment. You gather your courage and face him with a smile. I'm not mad. Your words are soft. Hayden blinks at you. He's too adorable for his own good. Your hand finds his cheek somehow. He leans into your touch. Nothing about this situation makes sense. You've known this face for centuries. You recognize his dark eyes and crooked smile like it's colored so many pictures of different lives you've lived. You lean into him and place your lips upon his. The touch is feather-light. He leans into you. Hayden's hands have traveled around your neck. He pulls you even closer. His mouth catches your bottom lip and you ignite. This has to be a fever dream. You're not usually this spontaneous. His lips are soft, the softest things you've ever touched. Hayden pulls away slightly. His dark eyes move from your lips to your eyes. His eyebrows rise a little and he flashes a bright, charming smile. Looks away. Runs a hand through his hair. Looks back at you. His eyes are heavy. Too heavy. You bulk under their weight and reach for him again. He responds quickly by gripping you around the waist and lifting you onto his lap. WTF is happening right now? You scream in your head. You're usually much more pressed. The world is burning around you. Or is it burning inside you? You're uncertain. Your lips find Hayden's again, and his kiss is destructive in all the right ways. You can't remember the last time you took a breath. This is not what I was expecting. King Bob's voice is an earthquake. How about another dance? Hayden suggests. You peek at King Bob and Jesse. They even look similar. Where did King Bob find him anyway? Do they know each other? King Bob shakes her head. No. You two stay here. I'll go finish the shots somewhere else. There's a comic expression on Jesse's face when he looks at Hayden. Yeah, I'm not sticking around for all of this either. He motions to you and Hayden with his hands. Then he disappears into the dancing crowd. That was awful. You say and bury your face in Hayden's shoulder. He's stroking your head, his hand calming your anxiety. He does it like he's done it before somehow. Like he knows everything about you. King Bob is never going to let me live this down. Your voice betrays how embarrassed you feel. Yep. I'll have my hands full with Jesse too, he supplies meekly. You pull back to look at his face. He is impossibly beautiful. Too beautiful to be real. Your thumb grazes his lower lip. He goes still. His eyes are dark as he looks at you. I have to leave soon, you say, and your face falls. I have an exam tomorrow. Reality is a hurricane, ripping you from a dream, uprooting you from fantasy. Hayden takes your hand from his lips and his and kisses each finger. His eyes never leave yours. The thought of leaving him is hard to bear for reasons you can't fathom. You hardly know him. The weight of the feeling on your chest doesn't make sense. Then, I'll meet you after your exam. His words still your litany of swirling thoughts. Huh, your words have packed up and left. I'll see you tomorrow. We can hang out once you've written your exam. He says all of this so easily. He's so sure of himself now. I'll find you. Then he's kissing you. His lips open a volcano and lava is being poured down your throat. His teeth graze your bottom lip and you quake in his arms. You must be dreaming. Okay, kissy time is over. We got to go, you animal. Exam tomorrow, remember. You are not dreaming. King Bob's very real voice sounds entertained behind Hayden. Her arms are folded over her chest and she's smiling wickedly. Say goodbye to lover boy. Hayden pulls his phone from his pocket and hands it to you. Save your number, he says. I'll call you in a bit. He leans in close, bites your earlobe. Then I'll see you tomorrow.